As you guys know, in my previous video I did a video of just helping people out who had the Garrett Apex that were suffering with false signals and a lot of chatter. Now, I did have quite a few people give me some feedback on it, saying it worked really well for them and they didn't realise that the coil wire had gone round a certain way, and the channel does help to eliminate the chatter, and ground balancing it every half an hour actually did help a lot. As you can see, we've got 3 coils set up. We've got the Garrett Apex. Now, as you guys know, air tests are never ever a good thing to do. But what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing a little air test on each of the coils. Now, the original coil there is the 11x6 Viper coil. Then we got the 11x9 Raider coil, which is a brilliant coil because it's found me part of a horde. Then we got the new coil, which is the 11x14 Reaper coil. Now, a lot of people have been talking about the coil, saying it's a brilliant coil, so we're going to be giving that a really good test on the site that I'm working on. But we're going to, as I say, we'll be doing an air test. Not the best thing to be doing, because air tests always sort of lie in some ways, because if you put a coin in the ground and you go over it, it's not always going to give you the same signal as if you was doing an air test. But I thought I might as well just show you. I've also got a few settings which I can show you as well with the Garrett Apex. Also, someone said in my previous video about knocking out the 99 tone. Now, I started knocking out the 99 tone, and a few people said, oh, some of the items I found were 99. Now, if you found something that's 99 and you run it under the metal detector and then discriminate 99 and then run the same item under the metal detector again, the only thing that will happen is the number will change. So it will go from 99 to an 80 something. Now, that's how it works. I found out it works well with the Garrett Apex like that, and I've never had a problem, and the chatter has stopped a lot. So, as I say, we're going to do a few little air tests just to see what kind of signal or how deep each coil will give, and what kind of tone, if they've changed as the coil goes on. Now, I'll be running each one in the same mode, which will be multi-frequency mode, bear with me, which will be multi-frequency mode, sensitivity 2 from top, and it'll be running coin mode. And that is how I will test each and every single coil. Also, stay tuned to the end, because I'll just be running you through just some of the settings that I like to use on the Garrett Apex, which have helped me just to get that edge on finding some of the extra small items. Right, so let's get on. Let's connect the first coil, and I will see you in a minute. Right, I've left the backlight on. What we'll do is we just turn the volume down just a teeny bit. Multi-frequency, as you see there. Now you see we got the normal standard coil that come with this, which is the 11x6. So what we're going to do is we're going to give that a test. We're going to let it down now. It's not the best markings I've done there, but it's all been measured out. We'll see what the depth gives and what the tone is when we run a few silvers and a few coppers under there. Right, I will catch you in a minute. Now we've got, what I'm going to use to do the test with is a 2p piece, shilling, small little hammered coin, big hammered coin, and a Roman. So we're going to start off with the 2p. I don't like it when you people are down there hearing that scratchy sound. What I like to hear is, so you're talking around about 20 centimetres. You've got the hammered coin. This is quite a big hammered coin. Oh, I've just thrown that. Oops, where did that go? That'll be me and my floppy fingers there. So that's just over 20 in the same sort of range wise. Then we've got the shilling. So all roughly in the same range there. You've got the small hammered coin, which is quite small. So around about 15. We're around about 15 there. And then you've got the little silver Roman. So the silver Roman's just in between. So you're talking between 15 and 20 or just over with the standard coil. Otherwise, I'll tell you what, that's not too bad. And that's for the standard coil. Now that standard coil, that is what I like to use for a trashy area. If you've got a really, really trashy area, always keep that handy with you, because it is brilliant for a trashy area. But as you see there, not too bad for the depth. But we're going to get on to the next coil and see what the next coil does. Right, I'll see you there. As you can see, I've got the double D radial coil on. That is the 11x9. Right, now whenever you change a coil, as I said in my last video, as soon as I've changed it, I will turn it on. I will hold the power button down for a few seconds till you hear that. And as soon as you reset it, it will set it straight back to coin mode. But you will have to reset. You will have to set up all your settings again. So sensitivity, I always have 2 from top. Iron volume, I'll just knock that down a little bit. The iron grunt, I'll take that right off. Just don't need that while we're doing the test. Multi-frequency, channel 7. Because got mobile phones in the house and it always stops that. So right, we're going to do a test to see how deep this coil goes compared to what the last one went to. But as I say, always reset the machine whenever you put a new coil on. Right, let's have a little look and see how deep she goes. Right, we've got her down and set. We've got the coin set. We'll start with a 2p. So, I've noticed, you hear the sound, it's more of a... Oh, that's it. That went a little bit deeper than what the last one did. Where's the silver? The shilling. Of course, got a really high tone to that there. There you have it. That is definitely a lot deeper. The hammered coin there, it's got a hole in the middle of it. I always use this one for testing. So you've got it in between there. So far, it's looking like it is doing that is a tiny little hammered coin, that is. Lovely signal. There you go, last time it was barely picking up 15. We're over 20 there. We're over 20 there, so far. And then we've got the silver Roman to test. So yep, there the Roman's coming in at the 20 as well. So you're getting a lot more depth with the double D radial coil. I absolutely love that coil. But we're going to put on the Reaper coil and see what kind of depth gauge that will give us. I know, as I say, the air test is not the best thing to do, but it's just a rough idea. It's just a rough idea of how deep each one does actually go, and does it say, like, as you see there, the first coil, the standard coil, was reading in the 15s, and now they're reading in the 20s. Hopefully we can get the bigger coil to just stretch out a little bit. Right. Let's get the bigger coil on and I'll see you in a minute. As you can see, I have got the Reaper on. Now that Reaper is 11x14. Now, as I say, I've never used this coil before. On first thoughts, it is a slight bit heavy. It is a bit of a heavy coil, but it is a big coil. It is an absolute big coil, but it is a bit heavy. But as I say, as I showed you the last time, turn it on. I've just swatched the coil over. Always reset the machine whenever you put a new coil on. You'll know that's reset straight into coin mode. As I say, to go through the settings again. We'll just quickly run through them. Multi-frequency. We want that on channel 7. And as you see there, we are running it in coin mode. So right, let's see how deep this coil doing an air test would be different to the other coils that we're using. Right, looks like an absolute lovely coil though. Right, see you in a minute. Right, now we've got the coil on. Absolutely big coil. Right, what we're going to start with is we'll start off with the silver. Absolutely lovely signal there on a 20. Listen to that. There you go. Quite, that's gone quite high. That. Let's make sure we can. Yeah, we're listening to that. So that's on the 30. So really, that's really good. That is really deep. That hammered coin. There, see the sound. The two difference there. Cool. And that's on that hammered with the hole in it. That's beat the actual the silver shilling nail, as you can see. So what else we got? We got the 2p. So the 2p's roughly round about where they are. The small silver Roman. Oh, that's a lot better. I'm not going to go to a point where you're just getting a scratchy signal. I'm going to a point where you're actually getting a full signal. So as you can see, all them around, I'm quite impressed with that hammered coin. And there's a small hammered. Let me just move that. So the small hammered is just over 20. So there you have it. The Reaper coil is definitely deeper. It is definitely deeper. Even if it's only deeper by a few even if it's only deeper by a few inches, a few centimetres, a few millimetres, it could be that few millimetres that you could just be missing. But as I say, each coil I have noticed for the Apex has a slightly different tone. Now, whenever I go, say for instance here, listen to that. Now, if I had the double D Raider coil on, it would sound a bit more like that. Oops. More than it would that sound. So, when you change the coil, always be wary that the signal, well, basically not the signal, but the sound of the item changes slightly. So always be prepared for that. I've noticed that with all three coils that I've done a test on tonight. I'm hoping that that'll just give you a little idea. If you're looking at getting a new coil for the Garrett Apex, I would suggest going for the Reaper coil just by doing the air test. I'll let you know how I get on when I'm in the field, but I'll tell you what, it seems quite heavy, but if it's going as deep as that, then it could be an absolute wicked coil. Now, I'll go through some settings with you soon and just show you a few other settings that have sort of helped me just to get a little bit extra depth. I can't do it in the house because it has to be in all metal mode, so I will explain that more than what I will when I show it. So I will see you in probably about 2 minutes. So what I found, which you can try out, which I found worked absolutely, it gave me a little bit more depth, even with the same coils that I had. I couldn't really do it in a depth test because you need it in all metal mode and there's a lot of metal inside the house. But what I found that give me that little extra depth and a clear more signal, instead of picking a mode, I'll turn it down so it doesn't go crazy. Right. This is what I normally do, is I will stick it in, zero discrimination. Now, what I will do from there is I will take it down to 35, so you've notched up to 35. Now, I found if you did that in zero discrimination mode, for some reason it gives you just that tiny little bit of extra depth, and I find that the signals are a lot clearer. I always run it in multi-frequency mode. I have tried running it in the other modes. If you're on a sandy beach, I was running it in the beach mode. If I'm on the beach that I'm in, there's a hell of a lot of stones. I'll run it in 10 really low, and I'll run the sensitivity low. But I'm on a field at the moment, so I've got the new Reaper coil on. But try that out, because as I say, I always find when I pick a mode and I did a test outside, it went fairly deep. But when I did a test and I was discriminating it from the actual zero discrimination and then discriminating it, and as I say, I discriminate 99, I found clearer signal, and you've got a bit more slighter depth on the machine. Now, as I say, if there's anything you want to know, or is anything I can help you out with, or something you're not sure with, or you're stuck with, I'll leave my email address below. Give me an email, and I'll try a few different tests out for you. But as I say, air tests are not the good way of testing out how deep your coil goes. It's always best to do it outside, but I thought I'll just try it indoors today, just to show you some of the different sounds that you get. Also, roughly how deep it goes as well. What I've seen so far of the Reaper coil, seems like it's going to do a really good job on the site I'm on, because I need a bigger coil to pan it, but we will see how it gets on. So on my first trip, I will let you know how I get on with the Reaper coil. And as I say, try these settings out. If they work for you, it'd be brilliant, as I say, because you'll get the really, really, really tiny little targets. Right, until my next video, this is Digger's Den.